Howdy folks, this is Travis Elston, Equine Solutions down here at Clopton Cattle Company. Today's topic is putting the first bit in a horse's mouth, a couple of techniques, a couple of tidbits, best practices, and so forth. First thing is I got to caution you is have the teeth checked out by a veterinarian, equine dentistry personnel, professional, and to make sure that when you're bitting up they have no irritation, no problems, no issues, the best your ability. That way all you got to do is worry about putting the bit in. Now the second step after I've checked out the horse's teeth, looked at them and they're fine, normally what I do is the old saying, I should be able to touch a horse's nose hairs to tail hairs, but I should also be able to put my fingers inside the horse's mouth and let them get used to my fingers being inside there in preparation for the bit later on. Now this is an Appy mare, a client horse that's been dropped off to be worked on. And you can see I'm just real nice and easy about it. I might just rub there. And I just kind of mouth them a little bit, let them play with it, and get them used to my hands being in there. So that way it's not a big deal when I go into bitting. A lot of times, if it's a real comfortable horse, I'll put them on both sides of my fingers, just massage inside the bars and just kind of rub like this so the horse gets used to my fingers being in there. And then the next step, obviously, what I like to do is I like to try to use the lead rope. Once they're comfortable with my fingers being in their mouth, they're not clamped down tough and hard down there where I can't get the jaws to open up. I don't mind them just doing that motion right there. Next step, what I like to do is I'll go ahead and put the lead rope right inside the horse's mouth and let them play with it. That gives them an attempt to be able to open up their mouth to know that they have to insert something in there. And it's real easy, real simple. What I like to do is I like to just bring the horse's head down, nice and easy. I'll bring the lead rope over to the other side, put my finger in, and I'll just pull up on the lead rope. And I'll just hold in this action and let them kind of figure out what's going on. Now, the nice thing about this lead rope is it doesn't bump its teeth. It doesn't make it hard and irritable with the bit just placed in there, bumping their teeth and everything else. Once comfortable right there, I just kind of relax and rub them and stuff, and then I'll pull it out, put it back in there a little bit. Let them know it's easy pleasy. Good girl. Put it in there again. And then once I'm done with it, I feel like they're pretty good, I'll just take it out. That's all there is to it. And then I'll move on to the next step, which is just putting a snaffle bit inside their mouth. Let them wear it around and carry that bit. And you'll see that their tongue goes in and out underneath the bit. You'll see that the tongue goes underneath the bit, playing in and out, sometimes go over top of the bit. So no biggies right there, it's just something they gotta learn. And we're gonna show you all that here coming to you. All right, folks, we're on step 2 of bitting. I just got a regular loose ring snaffle bait here on a headstall. I like these best when I'm hanging a horse. Sometimes I'll have a real thin piece of leather, and I'll show you that setup here in a second too. When I'm doing groundwork, sometimes I really like this one, but there's the other one I use, a real simple piece of leather that goes around. So if they get caught on something, they could break it off. I'm not too worried about it breaking off in here because they're in a round pen. It's a pretty safe environment, pretty safe facility here for them. But once again, if you are putting them inside a pen to let them eat hay or drink water with it, I would put that thin piece of leather on so it breaks off, and I'll show that to you after I demonstrate how to put this on. Okay, so what I'm going to simply do is I'm going to prepare for bridling. So I'm just going to rub them with it. Come over top of the head here, grab the foretop. With the foretop, I like to hang on to the top of the headstall. I place the bit underneath the chin of the horse. And I'll point the horse's head off to the left a little bit. Insert my thumb to the side of the horse's mouth and then just pull it up. Now you'll notice the reason I have just because I don't want to bump his eye over there. Okay, and I'm not touching anything over here with the eyeball. And I'm simply going to do, take the outside ear, place it inside, pick up the outside of the headstall cheek piece, go out and wide of the eyeball, bend the ear forward, and put it right through the brow band. I'm going to take all the hair, take it off, and drop his head, make sure it's all good. Okay, and I'm just going to rub him right here in this position. Now he might mouth this, it might freeze up like he's doing right now. Then I'm going to put the throat latch on. Now when you're doing this, just be nice and calm about it. Now his head's up normal position, he's licking and chewing. I like my bit to sit right there on the corner of the mouth. And I'm not going to be in a big rush or mad at him because he's mouthing the bit. He's trying to get used to it. Now there's a couple things will happen. One, he'll probably try to take his tongue and go over top of the bit, okay? Or he'll do it properly and keep it underneath the bit. So we'll see. But I just want him to get used to it. What I'm going to do is go to something he knows, which is groundwork. We've already done groundwork before, and I'm not going to change it up no different. So I'm just going to have him go out, and he's just going to be carrying it. No biggie. Okay? Change directions and go out this way. And I just want him to know that that bit is not going to hurt him whatsoever. Good. Good boy. And so I'm moving him, making him think by moving his feet, have him concentrate on something else than what's going on the inside of his mouth. And pretty soon you'll learn he can do everything with his body with no tension, even though he's carrying a snaffle bit in his mouth. It's real easy, it's real simple for just introducing the bit. Now you notice I didn't put honey on it, I didn't put peanut butter, I didn't put any of that foofy stuff to make the bit taste better. At the most, once I'm done, I might pour some salt on it, but that's it. You know, and that's just get some sodium to the horse, and they eat it all the time because it's natural mineral. Sometimes I'll do that with my spade bits or my half-breed. Boil it down and put some salt on it after cleaning it up. So he's doing real good. He doesn't have anything going on there. Now he's moving his mouth a little bit. I can see that his tongue's underneath the bit. He's just playing with it back and forth. Now you're going to say, well, Travis, how come you don't put a whole bunch of wrinkles going up all the way up here like this? Okay. The reason I don't pull it tight like that is because if I'm riding and pulling the reins, I want to release, and they can feel it. They can feel that release, all right? Because I am using a pressure and release system. Then you're going to say, well, Travis, you're working with a big horse here, a light draft breed, some people say. Well, yeah, this breed is pretty big, and you probably have to measure different bits to see what will fit inside a horse's mouth. And I'll probably do a video on that to show you how to measure a horse's mouth to be able to find out what size of a bit that you need. So other than that, that's all there is to it. I just give them nice and easy. And then once I'm done doing a lot of groundwork, I'm just going to hang him on a patience pole. He can continue to wear the bit and really study it. Now we've already moved his feet. I'm going to take him up to the patience pole, tie him up, and it's called hanging the horse. Or I might take him to the high line I got over here. And I'll just let him be tied up, get used to the bit. So we're going to do that next and show you. So we made it down here to the high line I got, and all I'm going to do is simply hang them. Not literally like an old Western movie. I'm just going to tie him up to the ring right here, nice and short. Throw some half hitches on there. And then he's just going to sort it out. Okay, he's still wearing the snaffle bit, and this gives him time to think about carrying that bit, wearing that bit. And I do a lot of that. If you got a spade bit, you got a half breed, and you want them to get used to carrying a bit, this is what we do. All right, but I do the same thing with the snaffle bit in the beginning. So this is the next step of carrying the snaffle bit, get them used to it. Because you get time to think about it, get time to play with it, and just relax them because they don't have to concentrate really on anything else. They're just on chill mode. What I'm going to do next is grab that simple Snapple bit with the small strip of leather and show you. And this is a side point. Another reason I like to tie them up is you just develop patience, just being standing here, okay? Alright folks, this is what I was talking about. This is just a simple snaffle bit. Obviously it's a D-ring snaffle. But if you're tying a horse up, leaving the bit inside their pen while they feed and while they drink water, you probably don't want a head stall to put on there, because if they got caught on something inside there, they probably get themselves hurt, and you don't want that, and I know you don't. So the better solution is just get a piece of cheap leather. You can see I just did a cut here so I could tie it just like a normal rope halter up here. And I just did a simple blood knot configuration braid down here. So if they get caught on it, it's just gonna break, fall right off the horse's head, and no harm, no foul. Okay. Now I know there's some of you out there who don't like this and think it's old school, but I'm telling you, it's still in use today, and it's very effective getting a horse and take that patience and extra time to help the horse get comfortable to the bit instead of just slamming it in there and get ready to go. In a perfect world, let them savor the situation, savor the bit, and feel for it, because we're using a lot of feel. And once again, if you slide some of this on and you go inside the pen and have it on there, just hang around the pen so if they do get caught, you can help out in the situation. And if you don't like it, don't use it. You know, it's just showing you a way of getting the job done. So I'll give you a close-up on this. You can see it's just real easy peasy. And same thing, chin strap. I just put that on there. It just keeps pulling the bit out of the horse's mouth sideways when you're riding. I just left it on there when I tied this on. So I hope that helps you out.